over Uno. D'Angelo's not here. I don't even know who I'm gonna get down with.
I got you, my brother. Right
hey,
here, baby.
There we go.
What's up, big dog?
My homie, Kevin Herrera, in town here in Phoenix. Sir. Brother, I'm sure you got kids. I'm sure you know how to get down with some Uno.
Absolutely.
All right, let's do this.
I get very angry during Uno games. You ready for this?
All right, there we go. 7 each. You don't rub me as an angry dude. Although my wife and I watch your videos.
Yeah.
And that's all fun and play, or is it like, or is there some realness to it? Like,
yeah, there's so all those are obviously written skits. But yeah, they come from real life circumstances. You know, she's a fucking pain in the ass. You know what I mean? And can I curse on here?
Yeah, of course you can. Cool. Of course you can.
Because they told me like 7 times in there. They were like, no cursing, no cursing. No. I just want to make sure. These are all real life circumstances, brother. You know what I'm saying? But and I recreated them in a way where they were digestible for people and people can appreciate it.
Guess first. By the way, thanks for coming to Over Uno. So this real simple concept: cards and convo. We sit, we bullshit. We play cards. Yeah. When someone wins, the game's over, the conversation's over.
Okay.
Real easy. Since you're the guest, you go first. Okay.
If I cheat, just ignore it.
No stacksies either. Don't, because you know, I know you got kids and you try to cut them games short because you got other shit to do. So you got 3 reds, you usually stack them. Yeah. Boom. I can tell you, obviously I'm an older cat than you, but we're both, you know, Latino blood. Your relationship, your videos are so relatable.
Thank you, brother.
And it's fun to watch. However, how do you like the relationship? How do you get the family involved and get them? Because I can't even get my kids to like get dressed to be on time for church.
The kids love it. The kids love it. Like I recently did a video with them and they came home from school and I was like, you guys want to do a video with me? They're like, yeah. They get excited, you know?
Yeah.
Because I wrote a TV show that we're pitching right now, and I want my son to play in it.
Your son's gonna be in the show.
Yeah, I want him to play my son in the show because he has that like that acting like chops. The thing with the camera is like a lot of people, they might feel like they could act or do content or whatever, but when the camera's in front of you, it kind of changes the dynamic.
100%.
People freeze and it's just like all of a sudden they don't know how to be themselves.
Yeah.
My son has that natural ability to like be himself and control his outward emotions when we're recording shit, and I love it. Like, so I know for him, I'm like, this is something he wants to do. He wants to do acting. He likes to dance. You know what I mean? Like, it's dope. So they love doing it. Anytime I bring it up, they're like, let's do it. And my younger son does whatever my older son does. So it works out perfect.
2 boys like me. Mine are older though, 24, 17. You got younger kids.
7 and 6.
And I can tell you this, you're up. It gets no easier. Because as you know, we've been young 20-year-olds when they're that age, teenagers in high school and young adults, you go from like worrying about what grades they get to like just keeping them alive.
Yeah, getting somebody pregnant.
Come on, don't say that.
I know, but it's the reality. And like, you know, my mother was a single mother. It was just me and my mom for a very long time. So I watched her have those worries, and I was a savage as a kid. And
in what sense?
Boy. Well, I was an addict. Well, for a long time,
addict in high school.
Well, I was 19 when I first was addicted to prescription painkillers, but I was doing like 12 Roxys a day, 30 milligrams, and back then, you know, they weren't as expensive as they are now, but they weren't cheap. So I was working pretty much to support my habit, and then I couldn't make more money, so I was robbing houses. I stole my mom's jewelry, wild shit. You know
so you were
I was in it.
You were on them streets.
I was in it. I was in it for sure.
I'm going back to myself, which I did that just so I could draw.
I know.
That was
fucking
stupid.
Cheater.
Wait, there we go. Wait.
What?
Red. Let's do red.
Fuck.
Sorry. Were you? With your
can I put a wild on top of this? Yeah, I've been with her since I was 16, dog. We're having technical difficulties right now, but
you and I talked about this off camera. That shit is all right though. And you mentioned, you know, some people might be surprised that it's not something that you're up and open about, but
right.
My
whole thing is like, look, I recently got my own spot. I got my own spot, and you know.
So you're living in separate places.
We're living in separate places, and here's the reality. I think a lot of people lived vicariously through her, right? They saw my videos and they live vicariously through her, but they don't realize that, like, you know, she's an amazing person. She's an amazing mother. But like these were written. I wrote these skits. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like these characters were created.
Is it
okay?
safe to say the skits aren't real life?
No, they are based on real life circumstances that were toxic and were real, that weren't as funny. I just made them digestible so people can feel normal. And not just people, me. I wanted to fucking feel normal. I wanted to feel like other people were going through the same shit I was going through.
100%.
So when I first started, because in the beginning, nobody was doing the type of shit that I was doing. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. People can say whatever they want. They try to bring up names. I'm like, not the same. And it was nerve-wracking because I put this shit out. And at first, people just thought it was toxic. They're like, what is this shit? This is, you know, it wasn't until like maybe a year down the line where people were like, oh, this shit, like my wife does this. My girl does this shit. Blah, blah, blah.
100%.
And it made me feel normal. It made me feel like, fuck, like, all right, maybe our relationship isn't as toxic as I thought it was. And it really did help us, I think, grow. But listen, bro, like life be lifing. It is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, you're gonna have like wild circumstances. I travel a ton. I'm a workaholic, bro. I have 2 startups. I have a nonprofit. We're pitching a TV show right now. I have a lot of shit going on. I don't talk about that shit because to me, it just shouldn't matter. I'm a comedian. I come out there, I take my pain and I turn it into comedy. I don't need to be talking about all the shit that I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
And that's hard to do for any woman, I think. Like, you know, for her to have her significant other just all over the fucking country.
So you're saying your wife, for what she's known you for your whole life, it was difficult for her to see you in the spotlight.
Well, I don't even think difficult. Like, she was always very supportive of like,
But
hey,
difficult
go follow
doesn't
your
mean
dreams.
it's not supportive.
No, definitely difficult because yeah, she's at home. She's doing the fucking, you know, I'm making the money, but she's at home. She's doing
She's
the
grinding
real
with the kids.
She's doing the real work
Yeah.
of raising our children. You know what I'm saying? And that is, but she also understands that I'm trying to, you know, regardless of anything, she's always going to be the mother of my children. So like my success is her success because I will never allow my success to not pass off to my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person where like, you don't have to ask me for fucking child support. You don't have to ask me when.
I'm gonna take care.
I'm paying the house. I'm paying the cars. Well, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're comfortable, then my kids are comfortable. If my kids are comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You're doing the real work. But yeah, it is. This is real life, bro. And this shit is difficult. And we out here grinding and we're trying to build and I'm trying to build something that's generational that my kids could be fucking proud of.
I was just gonna bring that up. I think we're at the same kind of stage in life. What color are we going?
Let's go yellow.
When I was younger, my dad used to tell me when I would get into some shit, he'd be like, he would tell us, my job as his son was to do better than him and my mom did and change the trajectory of our family lineage.
Yes.
He would be that 100%, that's your job. He said, I did better. My dad did better than his dad. And my dad expected us to do better than him. So I think that's what you're just trying to, that's all you're trying to do.
I'm trying, brother. I have a look, I will say that I'm
Back to me. Bam.
Damn. Uno.
Ah, shit. Go ahead.
I would say I'm a good person, brother. I have a big heart. I want to do dope shit in this world. And I think a lot of times, you know, things could get lost in translation of who I am as an individual. But that's why I'm doing this, right? Like my life story really isn't out there. I talk a lot about my life on my podcast, but my life story really isn't out there. And I want people to understand I lived a full life, man. I was a drug addict. I hustled. I had cancer at 24. I've had a full life. I was a cop for 7 years. I've lived a full fucking life, and I'm trying to show people. I'm 35 right now. I've lived 4 fucking lives, and I want to show people that, yo, you can, it's never too late. You can really, if you put your mind to it, you really hustle and do your thing. And
yeah.
You know, people, and you're vulnerable and you're authentic, because that's the one.
That's the word
if you're authentic, you'll be good, bro, and people will fuck with you.
A city cop, New York City.
I worked at the bus terminal in Midtown Manhattan.
That don't make it any easier.
Yeah, no, that place was a shithole. But that's where the show is about. The show is loosely based on my life story as a cop in the city. And yeah, man, I'm fucking super excited about it. We got Ian Edelman's attached to it. He did the Vince Staples show,
which was dope.
Yeah, he's a legend. You know, we're working with Stacey Shit. We're working with a bunch of really, really dope people, and I'm super excited about it.
That's me, by the way. I did 3 yellow. Ha
Oh, can you
yeah, watch, okay. Do it. Skip me, but it goes back to you. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking
Damn,
cheating, bro.
son.